I thought my new neighbor hated me until I opened my front door. When I moved into my new apartment, I noticed something immediately. My neighbor across the hall seemed to hate me. Every time I said hello, he'd ignore me. If we got into the elevator together, he'd stare at the floor. Once, I even held the door open for him. He walked right past me without saying a word. I told my friends about him. They all agreed. Yeah, that guy definitely hates you. Over the next few months, it got worse. Whenever I had friends over, I'd hear banging on the wall. Whenever I played music, he'd complain. If I left my shoes outside for 5 minutes, he'd move them. Honestly, I couldn't stand him. Then one winter evening, everything changed. I got home from work and found an ambulance outside my building. Paramedics were rushing upstairs. People were crowding the hallway. Curious, I followed. They stopped in front of my apartment. My stomach dropped. Apparently, while I was at work, a pipe had burst in my kitchen. Water had flooded into the hallway and caused part of the ceiling to collapse. The building manager told me it could have been much worse. If nobody had noticed, the damage could have spread through multiple apartments. Then he pointed down the hall to my neighbor. Turns out he was the one who heard the water running. He was the one who called emergency maintenance. He was the one who convinced them to break into my apartment before the damage got worse. Without him, I would have lost almost everything. I walked over and thanked him. For the first time, he actually smiled. Then he said something that completely shocked me. I wasn't ignoring you. I'm deaf. I just stood there, confused. He explained that he could read lips a little, but only when people were facing him directly. Most of the times I'd said hello, he hadn't even realized I was talking. The banging on the wall? Not complaints. He couldn't hear how loud things were and was trying to signal me when he thought he was making too much noise. The elevator silence? He was nervous about mishearing people. Everything I'd assumed about him was wrong. Over the next year, we became friends. Real friends. I even started learning basic sign language. Last month, he moved away. Before leaving, he handed me a small card. Inside it said, "Thanks for being the first neighbor who tried more than once." Turns out the person I thought hated me had been looking out for me the whole time. What's the biggest thing you've ever been completely wrong about?